What's happening, everybody? It's Jason back with another No Frills toy review. This has been my first review in little over a year now. I do apologise to those who have subscribed to me. I had a look earlier on my account and I think I'm up to 31 subscribers. So to those of you that do actually subscribe to me, I want to thank you very much. So we're going to be kicking off this latest review with the Mezco 112 Darkseid, as you can see there in all his glory. I'm giving you a little 360 view of him. This is a beast, but the question that everybody wants to know is it worth the money that you're going to pay for him? I think I managed to get this one for £145 over in the UK from Comics and Cocktails, and it's one of those ones where when I first saw the promo shots come out, I thought, oh, I've got to have him. Big DC fan, he's going to go well with my Batman and my Superman, and I thought, yep, I am definitely having him. And then obviously then the approximate price was sort of like shown as well, and it was like, oh, this is a lot of money for a figure. So I thought, well, I'll take a punt on it, and so I've got me in hand now. Arrived today, so we're gonna get straight into it. He's gonna come in a big ass box, well, a tin. The inside of the tin, rather than the plastic tray that you normally get with other ones, is actually a styrofoam, so it's well protected. And so let's get straight into it. So Darkseid, he's not your traditional plastic figure. He's made of polystone with some die cast parts in it. Polystone, you ask? I don't really know much about what the actual polystone is, but I do believe it's an added ingredient into the casting that gives it a stone effect, which apparently is supposed to be better than the finished product if it was painted on. It does look good, I'll give you that. So let's just have a look at him. We get rid of the turntable. Here we are. So there he is. We'll give you a quick size check with the old trusted card measurer. So there you are, you're looking at it there. He is approximately 8 inches tall. So considering that your standard Mezco figures are about the 6-inch mark, this one dwarfs it by 1.5 to 2 inches really. What we'll do is we'll give it a quick size compared to some of the other Mezcos I got here. So we'll start off with this little tiny fella, Popeye. Popeye is the smallest Mezco there is at the moment, considering that Popeye is actually a short character. If we bring in the Mezco Classic Soups, so you can see there the size difference. Even if I put Superman in the front there, you can see how much bigger Darkseid is. And then if we compare them to this other one I got here, we got the Mezco Judge Dredd. So it dwarfs any figure that you put next to him really from the Mezco line. Now if you really wanted a bigger Mezco, then obviously you can go down the route of getting the Icons Darkseid, which I have actually got, but to this it seems more comic book accurate in my opinion. So let's just go into what we got here. His cloak and his shoulder pad armor. These bits here, they're actually made of die cast, so you wouldn't want to drop them on a hard surface because they'll end up breaking if you're not careful. But it is nice. The cloak is a nice material. It's not too light, it hangs lovely, and then obviously you got this blue print on it as well. So this isn't actually pleather, this bit. It's actually just, pressed on. So I wouldn't worry about too much of it compared to like you got to worry about with the other Mezco figures with the pleather, or the faux leather as they call it. So there's Darkseid there. So the suit is made of your pleather, or your faux leather as well, wherever it is you call it, wherever you're from. Now, I do believe that the bit around the neck, that's die cast. I think the boots are die cast. The belt is definitely die cast, and I think part of the helmet is die cast as well. I think these shoulder bits here are die cast, and then obviously you've got very little plastic in it. Obviously the joints on the knees and the elbows are going to be some sort of plastic, and then the majority of it is this polystone, which does look really good. The nice sculpting on it with the stony like veins, and it just follows through. You got it down on the legs as well, even down on the back of the calves. And the paint that they've done on the joints for the knees and the elbows is pretty much close to what the polystone finish is. So there's your Darkseid. What we'll do is we'll just give you a quick show of what we got accessories wise. The one head sculpt you got is the one with the Omega beams, and you can see on the back there you've got the magnet, which helps keep the face in place. Now on the back of these ones, it looks like that if you really wanted to, you could actually take out the Omega beams, and you could probably have a go at making yourself some larger ones. You can see the sculpt there, nice lines on the face, around the cheekbones, onto the top of the head. It's really nice, even down to the nostrils there, look. So that's the first head sculpt. Then you got the battle damage head sculpt. I do believe this is as a result to a battle with Superman. Quite a ferocious battle. You can see on the back there, that one is a solid plastic all the way in the back. So if you really wanted to, you could have a go at taking that out and maybe just leaving it dark. And then you got this smirking face. You can see that the sculpt in it. I'll just give you some light. That is a really nice sculpt. It really is. There is so much detail in that, it's unbelievable. And so that's the third head sculpt. And then obviously hands wise, we've got the left hand grip that holds the mother box, like so. And then you got your left and right hand open sculpt. Nice bits of detail. This is all like, this is formed. This isn't die cast on the hands, but it's a nice paint app to blend it in with the rest of the die cast. And obviously with the mother box, I'm a little bit disappointed with it. It looks more like a phone, you know, compared to the size of his hands. And that is magnetic and will stick on the back of Darkseid's utility belt there. I kind of wish that it had been more of a cube, like from the Justice League film or something like that, but still, it's not too bad. And then we get straight into the how you change the head sculpt. So basically what you got to do is you've got to pinch it, pull it forward near the top of the head. The magnet is quite strong, and then lift out. And then where you got there, you've got your two LED lights there. A screw at the top there. If you want to do that one, you can put your batteries in there. And that's the inside of the other face. So if we change that one out to the damaged one, and that just pops in there like that then. So now obviously with these expensive figures, you normally recommended that to give the joints heat treatment with like a hairdryer, just to loosen up the plastic, enable you to start the movement on the joints. With this one being polystone, I don't know whether it's just mine or whether it's on all of them, I haven't had to, they're not loose, but they're not too tight, so you know, you pretty much move it with ease. And it really is. And you obviously think at the time of it being polystone, like, is it if you've got to be careful moving it because you don't want to chip this face, and it's like, oh. But it's actually pretty good. You know, it feels more durable. It's like holding a little baby, you know, like you look at a little baby and you think, oh, they're so fragile. But with this one, once you got it in hand, it feels more durable, and you know, you're willing to give it as much aggro as you can, really. So the arms, they go out like that, and they do just go over 90 degrees up, and as you see, they do rotate 360 degrees. There is no bicep swivel on this one because of the sculpt, but you have got a single elbow joint which goes to, it doesn't bend up very far, about that far. It's not a great deal, but it does twist at the elbow as well. We'll go all the way around. So there you go there. The hands do rotate. They got those big pegs like they got on the Popeye figure, which give you pivot. And then obviously with the legs, for this being such a chunky fella, there is quite a bit of ankle pivot on this. You can see that if I twist that, look at that, that is quite a lot of ankle pivot for such a big figure. And then obviously they tilt forward and backwards, tilts forward like that, goes back that far. So there's quite a lot of movement in it for a big figure. You normally expect it to be restricted more than that. Up at the top there, you can see that it has got an upper thigh swivel, a bit like the Marvel Legends style. So that will rotate 360 degrees. You can get the legs to go out that far. You've got a single joint at the knee, which will go nearly 90 degrees, not quite, let's say like that. But obviously the legs will go forward. Doesn't get a lot of range going forward that way, but it will get a little bit like that. So it's not a great movement going backwards and forwards, but for such a big guy, it's got more movement than I thought it would, to be honest. So with those ankle pivots, you can get them in a range of sort of like positions. And then obviously if you want to turn the LED lights on, you just pull the head off, and then inside there you've got like a little switch which turns the LEDs on, and that turns the lights on beyond the highs. Now if I just dim the lights a little bit, there you go, you can see that. And the damage behind there, the light's coming through there. So overall, this is it is a pretty good figure. I am glad I got it. Now the question is it worth the money that I paid? Yes and no. Ideally, I would have liked to have got it for a lot less. I'd say anything for about 100 to 110 would have been a fair price for this, considering you look at how much in price the Ragnarok Hulk has dropped. Will this one drop down in price? I doubt it very much. It's you don't very often get a lot of Darkseid figures out there compared to the Hulk ones. With the addition of the light up eyes, this one is probably going to hold its price. If not, it will probably go up in value. So yes, I would like to have got it for a little bit less, but I'm glad that I got it now before it does go up in price. Oh, I nearly forgot how much ab crunch have we got in this beast. He has actually got quite a bit of ab movement for a big fella. It's hard to show you on this, sorry. He's actually got a waist swivel as well. And then he has actually got a little bit of backwards and forwards movement there. Not masses, but still more than I'd expected for a big fella. So yeah, as I was saying, yes, I would like to have got it for a little bit less, but I'm glad that I got it before the price goes up. And if you haven't got this and you are toying with the idea of getting it, I would not mess about. I would get it now before it goes up in price or becomes out of stock. It is a good figure and I'm glad I've got it. So out of a 10, I'd probably give this maybe an 8.5 out of 10. But it definitely is worth getting. It's got a nice range of articulation for a chunky beast. Limited on accessories, but then a Darkseid doesn't have a lot of accessories to carry around with him. Nice die cast bits to him, nice paint apps, nice sculpt. It's definitely one of those that you'll regret if you don't get it, if I say that much. So yeah, it's definitely worth getting. But if you can get it for about 120, if somebody else is getting rid of one that they don't want anymore, then you'll be doing good at that. You see I'm on eBay for anything of 160 upwards. But like I said, I got this from through Comics and Cocktails on their website for 145. They may still have some there at the time of this video anyway. So yeah, there's your review of the Mezco 112 Darkseid. I hope you've enjoyed this review. I'm sorry it's my first one in God knows how long, but I'm slowly getting back into the rhythm of doing these reviews, and I'll be hoping to make some more in the near future. So if you've got any comments to add, or if you've got any questions, just stick them in the comments and I'll try and reply to them. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down if you need to. Don't forget to share this to people you might know who are interested in getting Darkseid. So that concludes our review for this figure. Once again, thanks for taking the time, and I'm sorry it's been so long since my last review, and we will hopefully see you in the near future with another review. Don't forget, I posted up a video not long ago showing you a brief description of my collection. If there's any figures in there that you haven't seen on a review, then you know, drop us a message and I'll review it for you. Okay, until the next time, thanks for watching. Bye for now.